All right, YouTubers, I am live in New York City when the lights go down in the city. Woo, I'm tired. I'm vocally tired. So, YouTubers, for you guys that don't follow me or don't know me, my name's James Barbour. Currently starring as the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. Been doing it for like 2.5 years. Done a multitude of Broadway shows. I got a production company. Split my time between Los Angeles, New York, and Florida, and well, kind of all over the world. Tour and travel all over the world, but I've been sitting in New York for the past 2.5 years. A lot of stuff going on. I do a thing called Thrive Thursdays, which is where I go on a Facebook live feed every Thursday night after my show, and we talk about motivational things. We talk about all things artistic. My big thing is to help people achieve the goals that they want to achieve. Look, the entertainment world is undoubtedly one of the most difficult professions in which to attain success. It's not the hardest profession in terms of stamina. I shouldn't say stamina, but you know, we're not police officers. We're not in the military. We're not putting our lives on the line. So I don't mean it that way. I mean literally the competition is so fierce that the success rate is very low. And my goal is to help people in all walks of life, but obviously I come from the world of arts and entertainment, so I know that, to achieve their goals and success. I'm going to give you a stat for those of you guys that are new to my feeds. By the way, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/James Barbour Now, which is all of my social media handles, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, James Barbour Now, and right here on YouTube, youtube.com/James Barbour Now. But here's the statistic, and then I'm going to get into answering the question that I was asked last night. Actors Equity Association is the union that governs all professional stage actors. Everybody that's, you know, a pro in stage on Broadway in the United States. There's other unions that govern things in Canada, stage actors in Canada and stage actors in London. But for our purposes, I'm going to talk about Actors Equity Association here in New York, which will segue into the question I was asked. So, you know, these are the people that are starring in Broadway shows. These are the people that are working professional regional theater around the country. The top 91%, right? The tip top 91st percentile. Like if you were 91st percentile in school, you'd be like, woohoo, man. The top 91st percentile make $50,000 a year or less. That's $38,000 roughly after taxes. And living here in Manhattan, check this out, right? Living here in Manhattan, that is not a living wage. It's barely a living wage anywhere. I think the average mean income, I was looking around the world, is just over $50,000. But certainly not what you want to have in your coffers and your banks, because at the end of the day, look, I got a wife, I got 2 kids, everybody has families, everybody's got bills. You want to be able to build. So when I look at artists and I look at the fact that they're trying to pursue their goals and pursue their dreams, specifically in these hard cities in which we live and work, Los Angeles, New York, Miami, Nashville, a little less money to live in Nashville, not much. It's very difficult to survive if you're making that kind of money, right? So people start dropping off and they start forgetting about their dreams because they have to get a job that's going to support them. So their day job becomes their life job. And I want to turn your life job into a life job, right? I want to turn your dream into what you want to do. So somebody asked me last night, I was doing an Instagram live feed, how I got my equity card, Actors Equity Association, the card that then says, hey, you're now a union member, you have certain rights and regulations. If you're non-union and you're working in my industry, sorry, my arm gets tired, I gotta get a selfie stick or something like that. If you're working in my industry, there are rules and guidelines that apply to union members that do not apply to non-union members. So the wages are less, you can work more hours without breaks. There's things like that. I think you guys get it. So the equity card, which, you know, people say it's a stamp of, you know, of quality, certainly is when you're talking about Broadway shows and going out and looking at tours, because the non-union shows are usually people that are starting to come up, or they're people that have either given up and gone back. I'm not saying that they're horrible. I'm just saying that usually the people that are in the union, there's a higher quality of show, right? So it's a very difficult and catch-22 thing to get your union card. In order to get your union card, it used to be you have to be in a union show. But in order to be in a union show, you have to have your union card. So how the hell do you do that, right? So there are different ways to go about doing it. One way to do it was a thing called EPA, or earning points toward getting your union card, almost like apprenticing, which has sort of lost its allure. I think apprenticing is amazing because you learn the craft. You study under people who, sorry, I'm switching arms. You study under people who have attained a level of success, and you're learning. Like a blacksmith used to apprentice with a master blacksmith so that they can learn how to do what they're doing, right? That doesn't really happen anymore, which I think is not good. So you can earn points, and once you reach a certain level of points, because you've worked in productions that will allow you to earn points, you can eventually get your equity card. There used to be another one, and I'm not sure of all of the things anymore because I got mine a long time ago. You can actually, at some point, you're making a certain level of money weekly. Sorry guys, my voice is tired because I've been doing 6 shows so far. We got 2 more today, and then we're done for a day. We have 1 day off a week. Once you earn a certain amount of money per week, that equals the amount of money that I think it was the lowest tiered union member would make, you can apply to get your equity card. You can also just get cast in an equity production, and the production will either make you union, either they'll buy you, doesn't really happen anymore, they'll buy your union card, or they'll say, okay, you're in the union, you can go, buy your union card. It ain't cheap. When I did it, it was a lot cheaper. I think it's in the over $1,000, $2,000, I don't remember. I don't know what it is now. So somebody asked me, how did I get my union card? Well, here's how I got my union card. I knew how difficult it was to get it done. And I was auditioning when I was in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. I was still in college, excuse me. And so I got a job at the Jenny Wiley Theater in Prestonsburg, Kentucky. It's an outdoor drama, right? And so I knew where I wanted to be. I knew that I wanted to hit a certain level of success in this industry that I'm in on stage at that point. It expanded to television and film later. So I'm working in this non-union theater with some great people, and I knew what the rules were. I knew the rules at that time were, if you make X number of dollars consecutively for a certain number of weeks, it would qualify you to get your union card. So what I did was I went to the general manager of the theater and I said, hey, this is my salary. He goes, yeah. And I said, when am I starting rehearsal? He goes, this date. And I said, can I officially start on this date? I'll come and work for nothing for the first couple of weeks. But if my contract officially starts on this date, can you change my salary rate? Because obviously if you're paying me for the entire time, like let's say, I can't remember what it was, say it was a 3-month contract over the summer, a two-month contract, right? And when you take a lump sum, I know this is, I can't even remember what I made, but let's take you're being paid $1,000 or $2,000 over a 2-month period, right? Hypothetical. And you break that down per week over 2 months, 8 weeks into $2,000 is going to be less per week than if I go, hey, can you break it down 6 weeks into $2,000? I'm going to be making more a week. So what I said was, hey, I'll work for the first 2 weeks for free because I was non-union. There were no rules that said that I had to be paid or not paid. And then he goes, yeah, I can do that. So he started my salary the second week I was there, which guess what? Then my salary bumped up to what the minimum was required for Actors Equity, and it was a consecutive number of weeks at that salary. And there we go. I qualified. So then I went, finished that job, went to New York, showed proof of my pay stubs, completely legal, totally above board. And I went here, showed him my pay stubs. They're like, great, you owe X number of dollars to join the union. You have to pay every week. So that's how I got my equity card. Now, mind you, I worked my tail off. So it's not like, I just figured out some way to get around the system. No, I knew what the rules were of the system. I knew how it worked. and I put it in play. Sorry, I'm watching the streets here. I put it in play, right? And then I started working toward the goals that I wanted, right? So one of the things that I try to teach and I try to talk about in this industry is that you have to find the ways that are going to get you to where you want to go ethically, with tenacity, and using your art. That is not going to step on anybody else, right? When you hit a certain level in any profession, everybody's skilled. Everybody's got incredible skills, right? It's like you play an NFL game, everybody's got skills, right? You're just not going to do a pickup game, right? So what's going to happen to set you apart? Tim Grover, who has a company called Attack Athletics, he's trained the greatest athletes in the world. He's out of Chicago. You can follow my man at Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Con. He talks about being relentless, being a closer, right? All of these things, and a cleaner. He uses those words, right? What is it going to take you up within that field in which you're playing, right? This applies for artists, it applies for anybody in business. So I encourage you, if you're an artist or if you're stuck in where you're going and you feel complacent or you feel like, you know, everybody else is just going beyond you, figure something out that you can do that's going to set you apart in your industry that's positive. You know, if you're a singer, go create a concert. It's easy. I'm actually going to tell you how to do that. If you're an actor, go create a little film. I'm holding an iPhone right here and I'm talking to you live in 1080 HD, right? These things shoot 4K right now, which is, you know, most televisions don't even play 4K. So you can create just with this phone that I'm holding right now, or your phone that you're holding. Right? It doesn't have to be a super duper thing. If you're an accountant and you want to reach beyond, look, everybody's got an artist within them. The art of doing what you do. It is valuable, it is precise. People need what you want, and do not let anyone tell you that you can't have what you want. You know what you want, you know what your dreams are. You just have to go and figure out how to make them happen, right? So I wanted to give you that little tidbit today on how I got my card. I can go into it further. I'm almost to the theater, so I got to sign off. But hey guys, please subscribe to this channel. It's going to really, really be important to me. Again, it's youtube.com/@JamesBarbour or not at James, or excuse me, youtube.com/JamesBarbour. I keep thinking of my Facebook pages and Instagram. Those are at James Barbour on those platforms as well, all right? So come back here, keep looking, come on the Facebook Lives. We're going to give some insights on how you can grow your life, grow your business, become the artist that you want to be in whatever field you're in. All right, guys, have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm going to show you this. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but that is 45th Street on Broadway. This is Kinky Boots, the Broadway show Kinky Boots, which has been running for forever and a day. Not as long as Phantom, but and not as long as Wicked, but it's pretty cool. Here, I'll show you the marquee because this is really cool. Look at this. It's pretty cool. All kinds of fun people have been here. And this, for you guys who have not been in New York, they do this really cool thing. This is one of the characters in the show, and you can come and stick your head in and have your picture taken. I've not done that. All right, guys, have a great day. Remember, please subscribe to this channel. It would mean a lot to me. And share it. Share. Sharing is a great thing. All right, we'll talk to you later.